never wore a wig with me. She never had to. She always had her real hair with me. So just say it. Never once did she wear a wig with me in any character, anything. Anything. I feel sick living. Well, y'all feel sick. Like, did you think I liked hearing that shit in a couple of videos? No, I didn't. Like, it wasn't a turn on, guys. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Keep making content.
Hey friends, thanks to 1970 upgrading my computer to a nice new desktop where processing is a lot faster. Like I said in my last video, I'm finally able to search the email document again. For the longest time, my little laptop, I had it so overloaded that it couldn't search anything that big. Now that I can search it, it's easy to find emails that refute the current narratives coming out from Gypsy and everyone who emailed her at that time. Basically, I'm back on my bullshit, friends. Before we get started on what I got to share, let me give my usual disclaimer. These emails were obtained through the Freedom of Information Act and the Missouri Sunshine Law. All prisoner communications are subject to Freedom of Information Act requests. So for the section that I want to read to highlight to y'all, we're going to start on page 746. These are between Ryan Anderson and Gypsy. And the time frame is August and September of 2020. We can refer back to Lil Frodo's easy timeline for their relationship and know that during this time, Gypsy was technically still dating Jeff through their email relationship. Jeff didn't officially break up with her until February, March of 2021. And Gypsy and Ryan didn't actually meet in person until July 2021. So Gypsy and Ryan had been talking through email for about 4 months or so, 4 or 5 months, but they had not met in person. They were still a good 6 months away or more from meeting in person. Okay, so on August 30, 2020, Ryan says, inbound to Gypsy, "Far Away, Nickelback, great message song. It's a rock ballad. And I was thinking about something you said during our conversation tonight. I can't believe that you thought you were so mean to me in the beginning. You were never mean, but you were coy and very guarded, which I completely understand. I was too, but I still pursued you heavily and will continue to pursue you. Our conversations on the phone didn't match our emails though, because since the beginning, we always had great chemistry with each other. That's why I never gave up, gorgeous. Plus, when you know what or who you want, you fight for it. And you were and are definitely worth fighting for, Gypsy. I will always fight for you. I love you with everything in my heart and soul. Plus, my heart beats only for you. I'm probably the luckiest guy in the entire world, and I know that I am. Love, your cuddle muffin, blank. P.S. Don't ever forget that you're damn lucky to be with me also. Ha ha. Don't be surprised if there are females that get..." And then the rest is cut off. So I mainly read that one to illustrate that although they have not met in person, they've only been talking a little bit, Ryan is declaring his undying, everlasting love with his heart and soul, and that his heart beats only for her. Just wanted to point that out. Then Gypsy does her thing, her message songs, blah, blah, blah. Ryan sent her some earlier in this page. And then I saw an outbound one here from Gypsy that I didn't think was too strange if it wasn't for the current context of us seeing all these videos of her being like, "I'm Demona, I have the spirit of a dog. I am a dog. I was a dog in a prior life, blah, blah, blah." And, the worse, way worse, creepier ones that she's talked about regarding children. So anyway, outbound from Gypsy to Ryan on August 31st, 2020, she says, "Is it weird? I want to baby talk your dog? Be like, who's a pretty girl you are?" Like I said, that wouldn't be that weird from anyone else, but this is Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and we're finding out that nothing's safe around her, friends. What do y'all think? Then, still same time, August 31st, 2020, Ryan sends these two, and he seems to piss her off a little bit because she doesn't reply to him for a while. I'll show y'all what I mean. I'm trying to read these in kind of date order. "Hey, gorgeous. Should I be worried after our conversation tonight? It makes me nervous about the thing that you couldn't talk about on the phone. And I know that you get letters and emails from all types of people, including your fair share of offers from guys. I get it. I'm not going to get jealous about it ever, unless, and I stress unless, I feel you start to slip away from me. I hope that is never a possibility, though. I will always try to never give you a reason to look anywhere else for affection either. I want to always be there for you. I just want you to remain honest with me, and more importantly, I need you to remain loyal to me. That is the only thing that would absolutely crush me and break my heart. Once the trust is gone, the relationship will ultimately fail with me. I know me, and I know that I need to be the only one who has your heart to remain in a relationship. I have no issue with people reaching out to you because I know you have no control over that. I do understand. Plus, I find it amazing that my gorgeous girlfriend is in such high demand, and it is a huge boost to my self esteem that you have chosen me as your significant other, boyfriend, lover, partner, baby daddy, etc. I'm really happy that you love my card. I thought it was perfect also. I feel honored that my card is hanging on your locker. I hope you see it and think of me often because you are always on my mind, and I hope you realize that, gorgeous. Well, I'm going to bed. I will work on our story tomorrow. I'm just so tired tonight. I'm still in the developmental stage in my mind, and I do have some ideas that I'm processing. You should get it on Wednesday. Remember to smile, Gypsy. Life is good, especially when I think about us and what we have. Maybe that makes you smile like it does for me. Love your cuddle muffin, Blank. So Ryan sent that email at 23:46:38 on 8/31/2020. Few minutes later, 23:59:52, he sends this one. He's clearly feeling insecure. He says, I forgot to mention this in my long email. If for some reason you feel that you can't give me your loyalty, be faithful to me, then we might as well call it quits right now. I need to be the only one who has your heart for this relationship to work. I know me, and trust is such a huge deal to me in a romantic relationship. I hope you understand, and it would break my heart if you can't give me that also. Don't think I wouldn't be devastated without you, but I have to know that I'm the only one who has your heart, Gypsy. And then, literally just a few minutes later, like 10 minutes later again, because it goes from 23:59 on 8/31/2020 to 09 minutes on 9/1/2020. Ryan says, I don't want my last email that I write to be such a downer, so I'm writing one more. I give you my word, Gypsy. If you can give me what I ask, I will be the man of your dreams. I will always love you and give you my undying affection for as long as I live. Our life together will be amazing and wonderful. I have a feeling that it is already going to be anyways. I hope you feel the same. Okay, now I'm going to get to the point of these emails, but I just had to illustrate that they haven't met yet. They've only been talking for a few months. And Ryan's like, I can't live without you. I have to have you forever. Oh, mine. Like, ugh. And we've seen other emails where he wasn't quite so insistent that he be the only man in her life. He was like, I can be boyfriend number 2, baby daddy. And at one point he said, fine, date who you want and just have fun with me. Like, he was willing to be whatever. Oh, and to point out real quick, like I said, even though this was a timeline where Gypsy and Jeff hadn't technically broke up yet, on September 1st, 2020, Gypsy says, I love you, Blank. You mean everything to me. Your girl, Gypsy Rose. Okay, now to go back in time a little bit and get to the point. Whenever I first found this email and read the content, I immediately reached out to Little Frodo on Reddit. And I was like, I'm pretty sure this section of emails is between Ryan and Gypsy. Is this what I think it is? And Little Frodo responded with another email that we're going to get to in confirmation. This is Ryan and Gypsy, and it is exactly what I thought it was. So thank you, Little Frodo. You are the GOAT. So here's what the email says, friends. This is inbound to Gypsy from Ryan, August 18th, 2020. Ryan says, good morning, gorgeous. I hope your day is going well when you get this in the morning. I will be at work, but I might get off early today due to COVID cutting my hours. Well, I hope so anyways, but who knows? I'm glad you like my pictures with my dog. You should get that furry fox picture today at some point. It's different, but in a good way and could be a lot of fun also. Ha ha! So, you are going to leave scratches down my back? I can definitely get into that, especially with a sexy, strong lioness like yourself. I was glad that we discussed visitation further. I believe that we are in total agreement with it also. It sucks, but definitely is the right move for many different reasons, if you know what I mean. Ha! I better go to bed. I will send my part of the story tomorrow. It really is such a great idea, Gypsy. I'm curious about where our story will go. Ha ha. So we've seen Ryan on Perez Hilton saying, oh, Gypsy never was any characters or wigs or pretending with me. And that's not a turn on. And then he said that maybe if he'd been more into freaky stuff like that, maybe she would have stayed with him. I've never heard Ryan admit that he dressed up as a furry fox. Have any of y'all friends? Because it really appears that's exactly what he's talking about. Oh, and the whole role-playing thing, they were writing out role-playing emails to each other, like fantasy things about being in New Orleans together. Ryan wrote about being a hungover jester or something like that after Lundy Groves. Really weird. So he can say all he wants about, oh, no characters, nothing like that. We're seeing different in the emails, friends. Curious how he explains these. Then, if we come down to page 748, we have an outbound from Gypsy that says, I got the fox pic. I like that one the best. Smile. Okay, so here is my idea for a suit. A curvy black and pink husky. We basically have the confirmation here that Ryan talking about the fox picture was talking about a furry dress up thing. And it sounds like maybe that wasn't the only furry suit he tried, because Gypsy says, I got the fox pic. I like that one the best. You know, friends, what do y'all think? Am I right or am I reaching? I know some of y'all say, Millennial, you are never reaching on this, but I still want to chat. Let me know, friends. I might make a mistake. And then in this one here, around the same time period, August 16th, 2020, Gypsy says, Dear Blank, I enjoyed our conversation today night. I am glad that you don't mind the possibility of my mental breakdowns. Tongue face, never am I aggressive. It's always insecurity that is the problem with me. I get in my own head a lot. You can always tell when I'm in that state of mind because I'll have low self-esteem and a negative opinion about myself. As for my astrological sign, I think they left out one thing. I am the lioness in bed and I'll leave you with scratches. LOL. Maybe I might have a crush on you after all. Good night, Pepe. Smile. Yeah, like we've said, we found out from the FOIA videos that Nick was her first Pepe Le Pew. We also found out from the FOIAs that whenever, I don't remember if she was in her Demona or Ruby persona, but Gypsy said that she liked to kill. She could kill Nick's exes with pleasure, and scratching was her specialty. There would be lots and lots of blood. This is interesting, friends. I totally thought that the furry sex email wanting to be a pink husky with cleavage was back in 2019 with Keen, but I just looked it up and look, it's in Ryan's timeline and it's in the group with Ryan. They were totally talking about being furries. Oh man. Ryan's like, oh no, we didn't do anything weird. Oh, whatever, dude. Not saying furries, I'm fine with furries as long as people aren't murderers and making videos like Gypsy talking about their creepy fantasies about children. She has no business in any kind of vulnerable community, in my opinion, friends, and definitely not around children. So yeah, outbound from Gypsy here to Ryan. August 5th, 2020. I have decided I want to try furry sex. My suit will be a pink husky with cleavage. What do you want to be? By the way, my wing is on quarantine. Sad face. I'm trying to find Ryan's response to that. And so I looked at all the emails from the next day, 8/6/2020, and saw where she's emailing Jeff. At the same time she was telling Ryan she decided she wants to have furry sex. What does he want to be? She emailed Jeff the next day. If I have the opportunity to call you tomorrow night, if we have our 45 minutes anytime after 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm calling you and only you. I want to spend any time I have talking with you while you're available. Smitten Kitten is a lonely kitten. Ew, I just came across Gypsy sending messages to Ryan's nephew again, trying to find Ryan's response. August 2nd, 2020. Outbound from Gypsy. She says, show this to blank. I hope your ear feels better soon, sweetie. Hugs, Gypsy. Then inbound here, Ryan responds and says, aw, thanks, Mama Gypsy. I will show blank his message, and I will be sure to go play by myself. Ha ha. So right around the same time that they're doing that, role-playing, Gypsy is breaking up with him because she's trying to talk to Jeff again still. Or they're actually still talking or whatever. I don't know. She just thinks he's going to break up with her. Ryan continues the mommy-daddy role-playing. So yeah, we found a few interesting tidbits there, friends. I'm going to end this here, but the gist of the whole thing is Ryan was doing furry fox pics for Gypsy, and she wanted to be a curvy pink and black husky with cleavage. So Ryan can sit there all he wants and say he never did anything weird, no dressing up, no role play, but he was planning to. I wonder if that fox suit came out of the closet whenever Gypsy got out of prison. What do y'all think, friends? Let me know in the comments. We'll go out with a palette cleanser. I hope everybody's having a good day, and I will see you for the live tomorrow night, either in the live or in the replay.